to the Just Talk to Me Bro podcast.
Who does this guy even think he is? What are you, chewing rocks? Just talk to me, bro.
Starring your host, Dante Dario.
And welcome back to episode 8 of the Just Talk to Me Bro podcast. As always, I'm your host, Dante Dario. And we're joined again with Mr. Marcotte over here.
Gang.
How's it going, dude?
I'm back. What's going on, buddy? How are you?
Good. Jay's not on today because he is sick. So he's just taking a little bit of a TLC, to recover himself. But I think it will be still a good episode,
Oh, yeah. Just a little bit of filler work, but he'll be back in action soon enough.
Dude, speaking of sickness, this channel is sick. So go ahead and please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Because we need the viewers and we need the subs and we have juicy content, right? So how are you going to watch juicy content if you're not subbed?
I'm still amazed that the PS5 is still here.
It's still here, but we're going to get there to 1,000 subs. We need the 1,000 subs just to get it out there,
100%.
Make sure people have it.
100%.
Speaking of other sickness, I got a guinea pig.
Oh, yeah. So what happened with that?
You spend like $40 for your kids to get a guinea pig. And I'm thinking, okay, she wants a hamster. I'm just going to get her a guinea pig because it's a little bit bigger and whatever. They don't bite. I take it home and I notice that it's got like missing hair on its eye. And then I look at its butt and it's also got missing hair on its butt. I'm like, okay, maybe it's been over-groomed and it's like, sometimes guinea pigs do that. They clean each other and they, whatever. And it turns out that it's a fungus infection. So I've had this guinea pig for like 2 days at this point, and then I, call the vet, book an appointment. $250 later.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah,
and you had to pay all the gas to get there too.
Well, no, it was here. It was really close, but it's the fact that I had to wake up early.
What's your early though?
So for me, I get up 7, take the kid to school by 8. But then I come home back to sleep because I can't do that. Like, there's no reason for me to be up early unless, there's another commitment or appointment. Yeah. Wife, she's pregnant, so there's all, like, appointments
once
you gotta
I'm
do,
up,
right?
I'm up, dude. I'm up at 6 every day.
I can't.
That's it.
I love falling back asleep and just
Mind you, I pound like 4 coffees a day, though.
That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, because all that caffeine that just pumps through your blood.
I fall asleep drinking an extra large, dude. It's disgusting.
I can't. If I just breathe coffee, I'm up. It's like, damn, that's way too much.
Oh, it's like my wife. She got the small iced coffees, and she's like sitting there.
Yeah,
she's like,
yeah.
I think I'm on Coke.
I get.
It's like, no, you just had a small coffee, but it'll fuck her up for like 3 days.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I know. And that's what causes me anxiety too. Is like if I drink too much coffee.
Oh yeah.
It feels literally
mixed
like
with nicotine too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just ups your heart rate for no reason.
100%. Like vaping does that by itself.
Yeah, combine that
now
too.
Do coffee.
And then throw something like a downer in the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're just like out of the loop. So today I'm really tired. And like what I didn't like, I find it funny. Like I show my love and expression of love to animals in like giving them their food that they should eat. That's like treats, and like my dog, I'll give him a carrot, some cheese, like I show love in that way that I show like affection, right? I don't talk to animals like they're babies.
Oh, no, I talk to my dog like he's a baby.
But there's a difference. So it's okay if you do that, but this is the way I show love, right? I don't believe in like, right? Like, I don't, it doesn't totally work. So when I'm at the vet and like the guinea pig's name's Cotton. But it's in Spanish, it's different. It's algodón, right?
It sounds like a demon.
Algodón.
Yeah, that sounds like a final boss in a game.
I actually said, let's rename it Luna because it makes more sense. And they're like, oh, you got to take Cotton and your daddy's going to take care of you. And this is literally all on the bill of sale.
Really?
It's like, daddy will take care of you. We're going to call you on Monday to pick up your medicine. And I'm like, this is a guinea pig. What is happening?
No shit.
What's going on? I need to go to sleep. And then I take my wife to the gynecologist and I'm telling her like, how many kids do I have? Because I have a guinea pig, I have Coco, my dog, I have my daughter, my son on the way. It's like, dude, I can't talk to animals that way. So like sometimes I see my dog and I'm like, what's up, fucker?
Yeah,
like,
no.
Like stuff like that. I don't.
No, I do that with my cat, but my dog, me and my wife baby him. Like he's our son. Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah,
like,
but you got a big dog, right?
Oh yeah, huge dog. But we feed him steaks and shit. Like
Yeah,
he
so
is
it's-
a member of the family, but we baby him big time.
Yeah. Do you talk to him the same
Oh yeah,
way?
if she's
Like-
gone to work and I come home, I'll have a full on conversation with him, like full on, like
like I can do that. I'll have the convo.
yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
used to come home from work and I'll be like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, and I'd take off my shirt because I knew it was full of hair.
Yeah.
And then I'll just like ruffle him up, right?
Yeah.
And that's just playing, but that's the way I show it. I don't go like, like I love you.
It depends. I
Hey,
mean,
baby.
my
like-
dog's huge, so it's like I'll put him in a headlock.
Yeah.
Get him to the ground. Wrestle with him.
That's fine. Yeah.
But then after that, it's like he'll be looking at you and like, oh hey baby, how are? And you start scratching. Oh yeah, I'm
Everyone's different
brutal
in
for
their way
that.
of doing it. It's just like I just show it with actions. I don't know.
for sure.
Dogs are just so loyal. Like you sit down, watch a movie, they want to be there with you. When I come home, he's on.
Oh
waiting
yeah,
there,
mine
and,
doesn't ever want to get out of the fucking bed, dude.
Mine
It's like,
stares at me. It's
you're
awkward.
120 pounds. Get the fuck out of the bed.
Yeah.
Go on the floor. You're dirty.
Yeah.
You're disgusting.
This is the thing. I would be saying that.
But at the same time,
I'd be looking at him, be like,
he'll
"You're
be like-
disgusting."
sitting there with his face on the bed, and I'm like, come on in. I can't say no to him. My wife does. I can't say no.
Yeah,
I can't.
you feel it, eh?
No, and then I feel like a bum. I feel like a bum because I'm like, dude, I'm just bowing down to this. He gets everything he wants.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you cook too, like at your house?
Yeah.
I envy you.
Well, like time to time.
I can't I can cook basic stuff.
Oh,
oven
I
stuff.
can cook I can cook pretty much anything, but I cook greasy shit. Like I'm bad for cooking greasy, shitty food.
Yeah.
But my wife, she's
But whatever,
Italian.
it tastes good.
She is a phenomenal cook.
Yeah.
That's how, like, when we first met, I came home from work the one day, and she had cooked a chicken dinner. And I'd only been with her, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I came home like, what the fuck?
And
You
got
cooked this?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is a game changer.
You know the
now.
best part is just getting home and there's food for you and that you don't have to do anything and you're like, I love you.
Right? But it's like, if you want to cook, I'll clean up, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, now you have something to offer that other girls, like, I never met a girl before that could cook something where it was like, man, this slaps.
Yeah.
And it's like, everything she makes is good. Everything.
Yeah.
I've never had a dish where it's like,
Eh.
Yeah.
But as a husband, if there ever is a dish that's like,
Oh, no, I tell her.
you always
Oh, no,
don't
I'll
even
tell
say
her.
anything.
Oh, no, I'll
you
tell
just
her.
be like, this is delicious. Thank you. That's it.
Also, I'll still say thank you. I appreciate it, but it wasn't my.
I couldn't break
That's
it
never
to her.
happened.
Yeah.
Had it happen, I'd tell her straight up. But that's how we are.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
We're super straight up.
Yeah, you're straight up. I don't know. I was told actually by my father-in-law. He's like, if there's ever a food you don't like,
Just
say you don't like it. She's a really good cook though.
Well, I tell her she's a good cook. She's got great personality. She's funny. She works really hard. But I tell her, like, you can't sing worth fuck. And I tell her that every day.
Yeah, I tell my wife
Like,
that too. It's
she'll be
don't-
like, you can dance. We went to the club. You're fine dancing. But
Yeah.
when she's singing, I'm like, yo, you got to clamp
Stop.
it, dude. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it anymore.
I feel that on the next level because like my wife will start singing when she's cleaning. That's her thing. And it's like, please stop. I can hear it. It's like, it's not for you.
Yeah, you're like tone deaf too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's flat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, crud. Well, you can't be good at everything.
No.
So, because she's pregnant,
Right.
she doesn't cook as often, right? Because I get it. She feels like shit. And she's at the final
And
stages.
she's
of
Colombian
pregnancy.
too, right?
Yeah.
So is it cooking phenomenal or what?
Yeah.
What's a typical Colombian dish?
Bandeja paisa. If you're
That
from
sounds like
Medellin.
another endgame boss.
It's like beans and rice, meat, and then there's egg. But it's just I had it today actually.
It
And
sounds bomb.
I ate it and I think I could not eat for the next 3 days. It's
Really?
just that much nutrients in there.
That
And it's
sounds
beefy, but it's so good. So she's not doing that stuff now as often because she feels
She's got
like
another
garbage.
human inside of her. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
blame her.
I tell my wife like what can I do, like how can I cook, and then I talk to my sister about it and she's like, why don't you get a chef's plate?
Yeah, I heard
chef's
my
plate.
buddy told me about that. They drop off all the ingredients for a
Right.
dish, and he said it's relatively like price similar to going out and buying the ingredients
Yeah,
yourself.
so I've never done this before, and I look
Right.
up the chef's plate website, not sponsored by them, by the way. We're good. And I look up the recipes and stuff, and I'm like, this food is kind of iffy. Like, I would eat it, but I'm not really, like, keen on...
And it gives you the full instructions on how to prepare
Right.
for that meal.
So I pick 3 of what I think I would eat,
Right.
and then I forget about it, right? I even canceled it because I was like, I don't need any more of it.
Right.
I'm just going to try, see what happens. Forget about it, then FedEx wakes me up, and I go outside, there's a box from Chef's Plate. Inside, it's like there's ice, and there's a clover of garlic just chilling. like in the box. There's no wrapping, and there's like some tomatoes, and it threw me off, dude.
They're just loose in the box?
Yeah, just loose. And it threw me off. It's not because they weren't packaged or whatever, because the rest was like the meats and all that. They were in like a special bag and everything. And I just got thrown off. I'm like, I got to do this now. I'm hungry. Like,
oh, I know, man.
I'm not going to call my wife to go read this list. And she's looking at this and she's like, I wouldn't eat any of that. I'm like, what are we going to do with it now? And she's like, we can just use the chicken and the meats and stuff. We'll make something else. I'm like, what was the point? You know, like you have to cook anyway. And it gives you...
Well, that's like, I mean, we have a variety of random shit in our house, and we'll be laying there at like 10 o'clock at night and be like, yo, you hungry? She'd be like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go cook some shit.
Yeah, you cook something.
We just go into the kitchen, we'll smoke one, go in the kitchen, and then we're just like slapping random shit together.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, that was really good.
Do you ever find that you have too much shit left over and you're like...
No, we are human garbage disposals. We don't stop eating.
You'll like...
We just eat.
Yeah.
Dude, our relationship revolves around eating.
I have to throw shit out sometimes.
We do sometimes, but it's very, very, very
like a
rare.
Full block of cheese.
No.
Why didn't nobody tell me there was a full block of cheese and there's mold on it?
Fuck,
it's sealed.
I probably went through a full block today, me and her.
Damn.
No, we eat, dude. Like, and when we eat, like, we go for dinner, like, we style on fools. Like, all the bums, dude. You go to, like, we went to Brasa, all you can eat steakhouse.
Brasa is, like, in Niagara Falls, right?
Yeah.
That's, like, very expensive, too.
Oh, yeah, it was pricey. But,
I
like,
spent, like, $400 there.
Yeah, but you see all the bums who go in there and spend $400, and they have, like, one piece of steak. I'll have one piece of pineapple. And then they're at the buffet filling up on vegetables and salad and, like, dude. You're at an all-you-can-eat steakhouse.
So just for the audience that's listening or watching, it's all you can eat. Mm-hmm. You flip a card on your table to say, I want
coaster.
More.
Yeah,
right,
the coaster. It's red on one side.
And green on the other.
You don't want any more. Green, if they walk by and they have this skillet with meat on it, you just say, and they just...
And it's literally like dudes coming and cutting it fresh, and you're like, oh, I want a well done, and they'll go and get you a well done one.
Yeah, so we sat in there. But you watch these guys, like, they pay all this money. And they get like 2 pieces of meat, and they're like, "Oh, I'm stuffed." Whereas me and her, like, we were in there like 3 hours, dude.
Jeez.
Just we can put food back.
That's the thing, though. I think at that point I'd start feeling sick.
No, well, I mean, we felt like shit, but at the same time, it's like we spent all this money.
My heart would be like,
oh yeah, we had the meat. We had the meat sweats. I thought I was gonna pass out on the way home from all the sodium.
Yeah, that's all that sodium. And protein and just wow.
But so.
Yeah, you probably weren't hungry the next day either.
Oh, I was.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll always do that. We eat like a big meal, and an hour later, we're like, yo.
And some ice cream.
Oh, the Baskin Robbins is around the corner from my house. 10 o'clock at night, like, yo.
Is it open, really?
Yeah, it's open till like 11.
Jeez.
So in the summertime, we'll go at like 10:30.
That's always good. Just like being on that level with your wife or significant other.
Yeah.
And looking each other in the eyes and just agreeing on something, and you're like...
Well, it's like if she's going to be
on
home...
the same wavelength, you know?
If she's going to work, like, she's not going to cook for me. Sometimes she does, but I don't expect it.
Yeah, it's a nice treat.
But if she does, it's like, yo, I just worked all day, went to the gym, there's food, eat, go chill, play games or whatever, and then you just clean up, go to bed. It's great.
So basically, bottom line, Chef Play doesn't work for me just because, like...
I don't think I would get a use out of it. I can see why.
Here's your ingredients.
Yeah.
Go ahead and cook it now. And I'm like, I don't want to. Yeah. You know, like there's still this problem where I want to cook, but I don't really want to because I'm tired. I've done shit all day.
And that's the problem too with like Skip. It's like you get
that's another problem.
You get so lazy some days, and it's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna order on Skip. And then like after 2 weeks of doing it, you're like, I spent all that money on Skip. And then speaking of Skip, you have to deal with the shitty fucking drivers. Holy fuck!
What happened, dude?
I mean, I've had a series of incidents with these drivers who just don't follow the big instructions in capital letters. Side of the house.
Right.
Leave at the door.
Yeah.
And they're like 2 doors over, and they're like knocking on doors.
Because they don't read. They're just at their destination, and that's it.
So I live in like a triplex, and you've been there.
Yeah.
It's down the back of the house.
Just a little box behind KFC.
Yeah. And then there's people who live in the basement. Landlords are on the main level.
Right.
So the people in the basement, they order food the one night. And they sit right on it, like front door, down the stairs. There's a little separate stair down in the basement. Leave it at the door.
Just leave it at the door, dude.
So me and my wife are upstairs. We're chilling. We're watching Vikings.
Nice.
right? Both of us are like laying on the couch naked and watching Vikings.
What's
stoned.
white naked?
We just smoke, get out of the shower, and stoned, laying on the couch, just hanging out, chilling. But we had just got our dog.
Yeah.
So like,
he
was a good dog when we got him. He's better now, but we didn't know how he was. And we have like, it's 3 flights of stairs to get up, right?
Yeah.
And the stairs go right into my living room. So we're laying there and the motion lights come on. I'm like, yo, did you let the ferret out?
The ferret.
Yeah, because like she lets her out to run around and shit.
Yeah. So that's gonna make the lights go off.
Yeah, if she goes downstairs, the lights go off. So I'm like, did you let the ferret out? She's like, no. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, maybe it's a cat. Because I didn't hear anything. Like, you can hear down the stairwell if someone comes in, right? No cat. I'm like, okay. And the lights are still on. I'm like, they've come on by themselves a couple times. Like, this is weird. So we're like, whatever. Keep watching
Just
TV.
a ghost.
And then there's this fucking dude coming up my stairs, right? He got his big hat on and he, hey, buddy.
No
Yeah,
way.
I got food order for you. And we're like, yo, what the
And you're naked.
fuck? Yeah.
Wow, that's a visual.
Right? And my dog's on the floor beside me. And thank Christ he had his collar on, because normally he doesn't have his collar on.
He would have eaten that dude.
I reached over and grabbed him. Dude, this 120-pound dog is dragging me across the living room.
And he's as a baby at this point, no?
Well, it was only a year ago, but I mean, still, like, Jesus, like, try to hold on to that thing. And he is in psycho mode. And this guy's like at the top of my stairs. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck, like, who are you? And it's like, if it was you or Nick or whoever, like any of my buddies.
You'd react differently.
Yeah. And it's like, hey, if you guys, like, open my door and like, yo, what's up, man? I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, come on up.
Look at my dick.
Yeah. But like, this dude, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And she's like, let the dog go. Let the dog go. I'm like, if I let him go and he bites this dude, the dog's getting put down. So I held on to him. But then I'm holding the dog. We get to the top of the stairs and there's this guy. He like hikes up his pants. He's got this fucking sub in his hand. And he's just running down my stair set. And I'm fucking just laughing. But yeah, what a cocksucker.
What happened though? Like, he didn't know, right?
No, but here's the thing. Is like, okay, I can see how you can mistake it. Like, if you open the door, like, it looks like a complex type deal, but it's a house. I rent the loft in the back. If you open the door and you see like people's shoes, toolbox, bicycles, like personal shit at the front door, like, oh shit, close the door and then start to knock. Yeah. This dude opened the door and continued up 3 fucking flights of stairs into my living room and didn't once say hello, like nothing.
Nothing.
Just walked right into my living room and he's holding food up.
That's crazy. Because then if you think about it too, like if that was my situation and I was waiting for food, I still wouldn't want you to do that.
No. And it's like, I
get mad at Jay because he'll just walk in.
Yeah.
I'll tell him, yeah, come over. And then he's like, oh, and because he did that, because he kept walking in.
Yeah.
One day he walked into my neighbor's house.
Did he
really?
He's
like, wait a second. You don't have a basketball net?
I was like, or
a basketball hoop, whatever. And he walked in the different house. Yeah.
Nice.
That's what you get, Jay.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know. If it was somebody, I just would prefer.
Well, and it's like it's at the back of the house, so it's like I don't ever consciously think I need to lock. I do now.
Yeah.
But back then, I don't need to lock I'm at the back of this house.
I always,
now,
no matter what, lock my door.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous. And
just
then we called Skip and like told them all this shit happened. They did nothing. They didn't do anything.
Well, he's gonna just be like, I didn't know, and it's true. He didn't really know.
But holy fuck, I was pissed, man.
He didn't know, and he chose not to read.
Well, that
I deal with a lot of those.
Yeah, I can only
don't
imagine.
Read.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Sounds like an FNG.
FNG?
A fucking new guy. You know about them.
The fucking new guys?
Yeah. You ever had any cool experiences with a new guy that you've worked with or employed or anything like that?
Long time ago in the call centers. It's all the new people that would come in from like, they were young.
They just wouldn't follow the lines or say some...
No, they'd get right out of training and just be dumb.
Really?
Like literally one guy was like looking around. He's like confused. What do I do? We just did like 3 weeks of training.
I think it's different for the trades. Like I have seen...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I have seen some fucking crazy shit. Like just mind-blowing shit. Like my last job...
Because you do welding and all that.
Yeah, but it's like you can come to my job and it's like... If you can weld, that's fine. Like I don't expect you to know everything, but if if I can give you a tape measure and get you to cut something, sure.
Typical shit.
I had a guy at my last job who was a Red Seal welder and apparently had all these certifications. We give him a fucking paint gun, like a pneumatic paint gun, right? And he's just spraying primer on railings in the back of the shop. And I'm like making a railing with my buddy at the fabrication tables, and he goes, "Hey, hey, do you want to see what a retard does? And I was like,
This is what the new guy said?
no, my buddy.
Oh, your buddy. Okay.
And I thought he was talking about me. I thought maybe I did something wrong.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, now I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what did I do? He's like, no, look in the back. So I look at the back of the shop, and there's this guy. He's 35 years old. He's got all these Red Seal welding tickets. And literally, you don't have to be nice. It's primer. Just spray the shit on and walk
it's
away.
Protective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got one of the big, huge, like, I think it's like a 24-inch blade fans back there to help dry the paint. He's just standing there blowing the primer into the fan and watching it shoot all over the shop.
Why?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Why?
Yeah. But like, we're like standing there. And like,
why?
It's on camera, and my boss comes out and he's like, what the fuck is he doing? We're like,
You gonna talk to him? Did they talk to him?
No.
I hope so.
He just walked away. He's like, I don't even know what to say to that guy. And then
That's retarded.
we're like, yo, Steve, bro, like, you got to paint the railings. He's like, oh, yeah, sorry, I was just testing out the gun.
Yeah, he probably he probably had one of those moments where no one's looking. I want to see what happens.
But,
and
bro,
he's just being stupid.
You're
Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
You're spraying paint into a fan.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the age. There's people that do
Like,
that.
Jesus. And I had this kid at my
Shoot
job
rocks.
now. So, welding wire, right? It's just like a spool of wire. It comes in a box, like a cardboard box, like this big, like, 14 inches, like an Amazon box.
Yeah. You have to pull it, right?
Just with staples in it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You open up the box, you take the
Oh, so you have to take it out. There's no hole or anything.
No. You take the actual spool of wire out of the box and you put it in the welding machine. Okay? It's a box. It's a fucking box.
Yeah.
Dude, this bum, I'm standing there, I'm on the back of this truck, and I'm welding this hinge up. And my buddy's like, yo, look behind me. So I go running over, I'm like, what happened? There's this kid, and he's got this box of welding wire.
Yeah.
He's got a fucking 3-foot crowbar in the cardboard, and he's
trying to pry it
open.
Man.
Dude.
There's some people in this world,
Like,
dude.
you could literally, like, okay, if you use a box cutter, sure.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But, like, you can open it with your hands.
Right.
You could just stick your
Of course,
fingers.
it's a box.
It's a box.
Yeah.
He had a fucking crowbar on it, and he is just popping
pushing
holes
it open,
in it, reefing on it. We're like, it was like a 10-minute ordeal. We're like, holy fuck. Like, this guy's getting paid to do this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's incredible, man.
And good money, too. These are not like...
No, and it blows my mind, because that's like 2 stories of I could probably think of 1 million.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of shit I've seen like
New
that.
guys doing stuff. Like my wife. Okay, so I thought that she didn't know how to do like car stuff.
Right.
Colombians can do anything.
They're like superheroes.
It's insane. Like I go to Colombia and like if something breaks, you would normally throw it out. Right. A shoe breaks, you would throw it out. Holes in shoes and like holes in clothes, they fix everything. Even to the slightest component on like an electronic that
so they don't waste anything. They just They fix it.
When you throw out garbage, the guy that's next to the garbage is looking through it to take it all out and resell it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it goes to that level. And I knew, and I had an experience with my wife not long ago, I think a couple days ago. I started to mod my car.
Oh, so, yeah. You were sending me pictures of it.
Yeah, so I started doing like the cold air intake. Basically, I'm making my car fast, right?
It's his family car. He's making his family car fast.
Believe it or not, yeah. I think
insane.
that camera shut off, but that's okay. So I go through the motions of modding my car, and I'm doing like tuning and everything, and going through like under the engine, over the engine, and I need to get this wire into the dash.
Through the firewall?
Through the firewall.
Okay, yeah.
So for anybody that doesn't know, in your car, to get a wire from the hood,
you need to have baby hands.
You need to have baby hands. You need to find a tiny hole or make one to go into the engine bay to the where the driver's seat is, right? Inside the cabin. So I'm scratching my head for an hour trying to find one hole, and I did find it, and it was the size of a dime.
Oh, yeah.
And it was small, and I had to take out the battery and the car's computer. Long story short, hardest thing to do ever, because you have to take a lot of things out just to do the simplest task. That was the hardest part of that installation. So I call my wife. How am I going to get that cable through this hole? Like, it's literally, I'm sweating at this point. I'm like dizzy because I keep going like on my back. And she's like, oh, simple. And she comes back and she has like this tube. And I'm like, what the hell's this tube from? Thinking about it. And she passes this really like hard tube stick sort of thing through the hole.
Right.
And then I see it on the other end. I'm like, wait, how did you do that? What's going on? She's like, I just put it through. And then she's like, watch this. And she grabs a shoelace through the hole of the tube, passes the shoelace on the other side. And
just pulled it through.
just pulled it. And then I tied the cable.
Right.
And she pulled on it. Took her like 5 minutes.
No shit.
And she had the audacity to go and like clean off her hands.
Just walk back inside.
Now, I understand like common sense stuff, but like I'm shaking, like I'm scratching my head. Like, how did you do that? Like, how did you think about that? I didn't think about it. I'm sure I could figure it out, but it would take longer, right?
Yeah.
Insane.
That is
so
insane.
then I hear your story about people with like 35-year-old and they have like, you know, they're studying and they're professionals, trained.
Oh, dude.
And then you have my wife.
The horror stories, man.
Figuring things out.
The horror stories, they just go on and on and on. It's to the point where I have guys that I've been working with for a week who are training new guys. Like, dude, this kid's been welding 2 years. This guy's been welding, he claims, 15 years. And he's got no fucking clue, like, what's going on. Like, we're measuring, like, you know how fractions work, right?
Yeah.
Like, we work with Imperial. So some fractions don't make sense, right?
Yeah.
So we're measuring out this, it's like a hoist saddle for the big cylinders that lift up the tanks on the trucks. So we're, like, measuring off the back of the cab of the truck.
Yeah.
It's got to be the same measurement both sides, you know, it's square. So I measure with this kid. I'm like, okay, it's like, let's say 10 3/4. He's like, yeah, okay, I got 10 6/8. Like, dude, that's not a fucking measurement. Like, what is the measurement? He just makes it up, yeah. He's just making shit up. And then he's like, well, it's 10 and, like, 9 ticks.
There's people that just make shit up bro, on their resume to get a job.
Like, are you kidding me? It's like, this is basic shit.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm asking you to build an entire truck by yourself. I'm just asking you to tell me.
But of course you don't have that now, right? You have better people now, right?
Better now, but it's been like years of that shit.
Jeez.
It's insanity.
Does your wife do some jobs like that or what?
Well, she's a server, so she just deals with like
simple stuff, you know, like
she deals with some like pretty dickish people.
Yeah, that's
like,
that's more like mental abuse, right?
It is. Hers is definitely more mental exhausting. Like she deals with people where she goes above and beyond for them, and then they tip like old people. Like,
why are old people so rude?
35-cent tip. Like, thanks, dude. Like, I can't even get
this would have been good in the 1950s.
Yeah, I could got a bag of candy. Now, what do you get with 35 cents now? Nothing.
Yeah.
But no, she deals mostly with just, like, morons.
You know what I wanted to talk about?
What's that?
That you just talk about tips. And I want to ask you a question.
Okay, shoot.
The other day, I was at Subway.
Okay.
And I get a foot long from me and my wife. Not a problem. Lady's making the sandwich. Everything's gravy. And then it's time to pay.
Right.
The tip option pops up. And I'm thinking, I'm here. You're getting paid hourly.
Yeah, they get paid hourly and they get minimum wage, whereas servers get server wage, which is lower than minimum
wage.
So tipping, like, especially if they go, like, and they do good service, I'll tip 20% all day because I know, like, that's how my wife makes her money.
Yeah, I do the same. I just
at Subway, I would still maybe tip if they did, like, a really good job and, like, made a dope-ass sandwich. I'm only tipping 5% because you're still getting paid hourly.
Right.
Right?
So the question is, would you tip the Subway worker?
No more than 5%, but it has to be a bomb-ass sandwich. I don't want one of those fucking, you know, it looks like it was in a hydraulic press. It's this thin. It's like the knife didn't go all the way through and there's just like shit everywhere.
I think it's getting overboard with the tips because I understand servers, their wages suck and they rely on that.
Yeah.
But I don't have to feel guilty. I don't tip the Subway person.
No, I wouldn't.
Because you work hourly.
I wouldn't feel guilty about it. I would do it just because that's what I do. Like, that's what I would do. But if you didn't, like, if you're saying you weren't going to tip them, I wouldn't say you should feel bad.
So what's the boundary now? So you now walk into, you know, that store, there's the clothing store, Urban Planet or Urban Heritage, whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's a tip option there.
Oh, no, fuck them.
So for those who don't know, a clothing store.
No, because and this is my experience, but it's like I go in, I find what I want to find. Right. I try it on, I find the size, I go and pay.
Right.
Where are you helping me?
Why is there a tip option?
Yeah.
So I think these people are getting these point of sale systems, you know, where you go to pay, your little tap and pay, and they're programming these things in there. Well, they don't need to.
No, and the thing is too now is like, so minimum wage went up. server wage went up, right? So my wife has to tip out. So like say she gets $100 in tips that night.
Right.
She has to tip out, I think it's like 4% or 5% to the kitchen.
Yeah.
The way her tips are all split up, right?
Why does this remind me of something? To the kitchen.
I don't
Keep
know.
going.
But it's like if she goes to a table and it's like a $200 bill and they don't tip and then the rest of her night like is shit tips, that table can actually cost her money because now she has to tip out 3% of no matter what her sales
I thought
were.
of gambling. That's what it was. To the house.
Yeah. So she has to tip out 3% or 4%, whatever it is, to the kitchen, the rest of the staff, the hostess, and all that.
Yeah. 'Cause they don't get it.
Regardless of what she actually got, she still like.
So if someone comes in and tips 10 grand and does one of those videos,
Yeah.
that's going to like
Everybody.
a little bit.
Which
of
like
everything.
it makes sense on paper, but some nights it actually costs her money. It's
Yeah, because it's like she did all the work.
Yeah.
And the dude in the back that's just like.
Yeah. Like I mean, everyone should get a cut, but it's like if they're tipping like shit, now it's coming out of her pocket.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting.
So like, I think what they're doing is they're programming those machines and relying on the fact that you feel guilty about it. And then you have people like
100%.
Jay, who would say, you know what, I'm in the server industry, and start to call you out, Jay, and you know I love you. I'm in the server industry, so I'm going to tip now.
Yeah.
Because I do that, because I expect that. And I think that being in a clothing store, he would obviously not do it, but like there's certain places that are doing it now to make you feel.
Too, right?
They're getting your feelers, dude.
100%.
They're playing with you.
And I think that's a North American thing. I don't think it's like that everywhere, as far as I'm aware.
In Colombia, I always bring up in Colombia, but like this is literally a different world. And I love comparing it because it's so different. And like you go there and it throws you off sometimes. So tipping is forced upon you. It's on your bill. And the question they ask is...
So like what they do in the falls.
Sorta. They got the Niagara Falls. We live in Canada, so they got like this forced upon tax for...
what the fuck is it?
But you can say you live in Niagara Falls and they
You can say you're a local and they take it off.
Yeah. So in Colombia, they ask you one question. And they go, did you enjoy your service today? And you're like, yeah. And then they tack it on.
No shit.
And then on top of that, you can tip too.
Really?
So they make it regardless.
Right.
They make that tip regardless. But now if you say it was bad service, then they'll take it off, right? So it's a trick on the wording. But you have to usually tip in restaurants. But then my wife once got mad at me because I tipped like the Uber Eats guy.
Yeah.
I gave him like a big chunk. And even the guy's eyes were like,
see,
you know?
And that's the thing is like if I have like a skip the dishes driver or pizza,
Different.
I know some of them like personally now because we're in a small town, right?
Yeah.
But if they come down fairly often and they do what I asked them to do, like because I got the big dog and stuff, like leave the food here or come at this side of the house.
You
whatever.
get the tip.
Like, yo, here's a tip, man. Like I appreciate you listening, going out of your way, like to actually look, read, follow the instructions.
Yep.
And it's a couple bucks, but it helps them and I feel good about it.
Yeah.
But it's like you want to be a fucking asshole and just disregard everything I'm telling you. You're not getting tipped.
You know, just a little tidbit. I did Uber Eats,
I remember.
but for
Oh no, I remember. Didn't you do Uber too?
Uber as well.
Because I remember you drove me home from the bar once. You had all these. You had like 97 different phone chargers and all these LED lights. And I was like, dude, what's up with this?
Long time ago, I did Uber and Uber Eats, and I hated Uber Eats because there was a lot of people that expected you to go out of your way and you didn't need to.
Yeah.
So a lady would be like, I live on the 17th floor, just knock 3 times.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that.
And I'm like, I got knee problems. I just make up some shit. And then they'll be, okay, I'll blame it on the lobby. And it never really caused me a problem except one lady. She's like, do your job. And I'm like,
yeah, but
what?
people like that, they get off on yelling at people and like retail and shit.
Yeah.
Like they get off.
I'm not going up 17 flights for $2.
No, I don't blame you.
You know, and people don't realize that, yeah, that's your job, but you're not on anyone's clock.
But that probably made her night. She's like, I need to yell at this fucking guy because I know he's not coming up there.
But then other nights it was good because like people would cancel their stuff, and you're like, thanks for the free
and that like
food,
ruins their night. Actually, speaking of ruining shit, I just remembered something, dude. Do you ever have like something that you enjoy to do and you do it with your buddies, and it's just like something you love to do, and you have that one guy who always fucking ruins it?
There's always that one dude.
Dude, there's this case. So I play a lot of NHL. I love it. Like
the game.
Yeah, love it. Like I've played it forever. We were ranked like top 60 in the world one year for club.
Yeah.
So I started playing recently again with these guys, and there's this one guy, man. like, he's a good buddy of mine. Love the kid, but Jesus Christ, like, playing with him is like fucking pulling teeth out, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. Like, as far as games go, it's
I know. I have
to pass the puck. You push the left stick and hit the right trigger.
Yeah, simple
and
stuff.
we'll literally be skating side by side, and all you have to do is hold the stick to the right or left and hit the trigger, and the fucking puck goes back to our end. He couldn't hit the side of a barn from fucking 3 feet away. And my wife's just like, how do you sit in there and enjoy that? Because all you do is sit in there and yell at him for like 3 hours of me yelling at this guy.
But it's like you enjoy his company, but not his like.
No, I enjoy his company. I talk to him like daily, but Jesus
his, like,
Christ!
game
As
style,
soon as I see, like, he's like, "Yo, you guys want to play Chell?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's play, dude."
Yeah.
You know, go roll one up, get a coffee, sit down in my chair. 20 minutes goes by. I'm like, "Fucking game!"
I can't get angry at games.
Oh no, I lose my. I don't get like.
I get stressed.
I don't get angry to the point where I smash shit. Well, I used to, but not since I was like super young.
My attention span for games is like
my rage
teeny
quit
tiny.
Goes as far as like we'll be mid game and I just close the game.
Yeah,
that's it.
See, like these arcade cabinets.
Yeah,
they just chill.
Yeah,
for the listeners, there's arcade cabinets in this room, and they just chill. I don't sit and play them because my attention span is so little now.
Oh, and that's the problem with him is his attention span is so fucking small. So he has 2 monitors, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be playing hockey and he'll be watching the Maple Leafs game. And then he's like standing there and he's like watching the Maple Leafs game. Like, dude, we're down a goal. Like, oh man, it tilts me into
I just
oblivion.
Can't focus. Yeah.
Oh my God. And I'll like go to bed and I'm just like thinking about it. Then I'll text my other buddy like a paragraph on like, dude, I'm so pissed off right now.
Yeah.
But then the next day we'll play again and it's all good.
Yeah, and it's all fine. It's just that kind of friend that like you'll take.
Oh no, he takes it on the chin like a champ. He loves it. Yeah, he takes it on the
champ.
chin like a champ. He loves it.
You say these funny things.
Yeah, he loves it because he knows like, and he does it too. He knows as soon as he goes to pass the puck, his whole body tenses up because he knows if it doesn't go on my stick, he's about to get an earful.
Yeah,
it's not like it's every fucking game, dude.
Yeah,
it's every game. It's brutal.
Every single game. There's hard games now though that like.
Oh yeah.
You require good attention, and I think those kind of people.
Okay, I'm only good at like 2 games where I'm like, man, I'm actually good at this game. Chell is one of them.
Chell.
Jesus Christ, it just drives me nuts.
My kid, 5 years old, will sit there with me, and she sat through 3 or 4 Resident Evil games.
Oh yeah, you were saying she was helping you with the puzzles and shit.
Helping me with puzzles.
Yeah.
She's like, doesn't that scissor go over here and cut this fabric off the doll and there's a little thing inside? Yeah. And I'm like, you're 5.
That's insane.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
Insane. Like, I just think kids progress and their brains are just like...
Well, everything imprints on them, right?
And now I have another one coming.
Yeah.
I just spent like...
Do you mean like Daddy's Daycare here soon?
Daddy's Daycare, yeah. And no, yeah. It's going to get like a full house. I was at the hospital. But not for me, for her, because she was contractions and all that.
Yeah.
And just going through the whole thing of like the doctors and like they put they're quick. There's a special hospital for women that are pregnant, like a whole ward for that.
Yeah.
The pregnancy labor ward and all that. And I'm just like, it's like a breeding ground. I was looking at it. I'm like, is this a farm for humans? Because you walk into the room and there's just like...
You're seeing ads on like Craigslist and shit now of all these different, breeds and shit.
No. You hear... They're closing all these like blinds, because... Not blinds, like...
The curtains.
The curtains. Curtains. Because there's tons of women in each one. Yeah. And they're all like... And like, it's crazy. I'd never seen something like that. So she's in there and we're talking, we're shooting the shit, and they're like poking her and doing all sorts of tests and listening to his heart and stuff. And I'm like, wow, this is like,
that's intense.
They're in there, these nurses and stuff, and that's all they're doing all day, looking at cooches, taking out blood, listening to babies' hearts, and accepting children in the world and just pumping them out.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Every day.
It's psychotic. It's, yeah.
I heard them tell a lady, go walk for 2 hours and come back. It's 8 o'clock, come back at 10. I'm like, what's that for? I asked my wife. She's like, oh, it's so your vagina opens up, the contractions and stuff.
Jesus.
Dilating, whatever it's called. I'm like, wow. So it's just like pumping out people.
Yeah, that's
pumping
incredible.
Humans. That's insane.
It is insane. It's a different take.
When are you going to have kids, bro?
I don't know. I've got other plans right now.
Yo, I love making people uncomfortable.
No, I'm not even uncomfortable. It's just I have this...
Your face says it all.
No, we're not ready for that, but I have this plan in my head.
She's listening right now. She's shaking her head, dude.
No, she won't listen to this. She doesn't have an attention span.
Oh no.
No, she'll watch like 2 minutes, be like, yeah, it was good, and she'll be like
just
scrolling on
flick it
something
out,
else,
yeah.
which is whatever. I don't even take offense to it because that's just how she is.
Yeah, my wife doesn't understand. Otherwise, she would watch it all.
Yeah, no, she just doesn't. She cares. She's like, that's great, good job, but like, I'm doing this now. You know?
Yeah.
But no, I have another plan. So like I was saying earlier,
Lizards,
no, we're done with that shit.
snakes.
No, those are all
Harry
done.
Potter. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. But no, we've invested in GME with the boys. You know what I'm talking about. Everyone who's listening knows about GME. Diamond hands, baby.
Don't get into the Bitcoin spiral, dude.
No.
We're gonna all die of boredom. You'll see me fall
no.
asleep here.
I'm not gonna go into detail, but we're in GME. We're gonna be rich one day. We'll do another episode about that a long time from now.
Yeah, please.
But there's an end game. There's an idea. There's a plan once we're filthy rich and have fuck you money.
It's always good to have fuck you money, eh?
So like most people, like, you know, you had fuck you money. What would you do? Like, you know, buy a house, buy a mansion, do this, do like the same old boring spiel I hear from everybody. It's always the same. I'd buy a Lamborghini. Sick, dude. Like real original.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy a fucking shrimp boat. Me and the boys. And Cam, the guy who's shit at hockey, he's coming on the shrimp boat. Yeah, oh yeah. And we're going to be on this shrimp boat. We're going to import it from wherever. And it's going to be the biggest rusty piece of shit you've ever seen. There's going to be rules to it. There's going to be 2 rules.
Yeah.
No water. Actually, 3 rules. No water on the boat. You're only allowed to drink White Claws. That's it. No water.
Wow.
Nothing else. Only White Claws all day in the sun.
You guys are going to be dehydrated.
There will be no safety equipment on this boat whatsoever.
You guys are going to die
You go down with this ship. You're going down. And I'm going to ask you where my anchor is every 15 minutes on the dot. That's only 3 rules.
But.
And we're taking this shrimp boat and we're bringing it down to Lake Ontario.
For context.
It's a freshwater lake.
There is no shrimp.
See, that's a thing though. You don't know that because no one's ever shrimped it, dude.
So I really would pay to see the old people's reaction to coming up to your boat.
That's what I'm saying. So like the boys and I, we all get all fucking hammered, take out this shrimp boat, just fuck it right up, crash into shit, throwing nets. We have no idea what we're doing.
Those
right?
Cop guys are going to come too. Police.
Yeah, but if we have fuck you money, we can just pay them off. It'll be all good.
Maybe. You
right?
pay them off in shrimp. They'll
Yeah,
be like, how did
shrimp.
you get
Freshwater.
shrimp?
Dude, freshwater shrimp, that's going to be pricey. Right?
So you should set it up where once you dock, you're pulling off shrimp and they're like,
oh, we're not docking. We're going into the dock at Mach 10. Like, we're not stopping. we're just...
But the idea is that you confuse people.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we want to go out on the lake, right? Hammered as fuck, just dicking around in this boat, just making a mockery of all this shrimping industry, right? And have another boat meet us out there and bring us a big heaping net of dirty shrimp.
Jeez.
Put it on our boat. Haul this boat back into port, right? Just Mach 10, put it on the beach, get out hammered and go, where's my fucking anchor, right? And then you just have this big heaping net of shrimp. And all these like white, rich old people down at the marina having their margaritas are like,
wait, how did that happen?
How the fuck?
That's what I would pay for,
how
that
the
reaction.
fuck did they get shrimp
out
of a fucking lake? That's what I want to do with fuck you money.
Yeah.
Where everyone's like, I want to have a man. No, dude.
Make them
Shrimp boat.
People feel like shit.
Yeah, I just want to fuck with old people in a shrimp boat. That's what I want to do.
That's good. What would I do? Fuck you money.
You
Make
could
a
buy
podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
You could buy another shrimp boat
and then
have a
bump into
competition.
yours.
Yeah, we could have friendly.
My
competition.
buddy, you know him. He's on this podcast. Omar. He bought a boat.
A shrimp boat?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
He bought a boat. And no one believed him for a little bit. And it was like, yeah, because who buys a boat, really?
I mean, dude.
And it's from like the 80s.
Who cares? A boat's a boat, man.
Yeah, so he had to like repair the motors.
You didn't even need to drive it on the water. You just park it on the marina and party
and be
on
like,
it.
Yeah,
just sit and drink
that's mine.
on it. Yeah.
There's mice in there, but it's okay. They're marina mice.
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
They swim. No. He's got it all like getting it repaired, and we're gonna go on like the boat at least once in the summer because you have a boat
once.
You have at least.
I gotta
once.
get this guy's number, dude. We're
Hold
going
on.
on this boat tons.
I'm
bringing a shrimp net.
I'm married with 2 kids.
I'm not.
You lucky bastard. So I can't last time we went we rented a boat and he's like, I'm gonna try to do his voice. I'm gonna try to find a lake, the biggest lake we can get. And he picks Lake Simcoe like an idiot. Dude, it's like, Lake Simcoe?
Yeah,
how big it is?
I've fished it.
It's like somebody peed in a puddle.
Yeah.
It's tiny. It's this really small lake with nothing going on. So,
Well, he didn't want to go on Lake Ontario?
something about Lake Ontario that day he couldn't get a boat for.
Right. Oh, because
And
you rented it.
I said, if you're going to get a boat, I want to see you showing up to Grimsby or wherever we're at
Yeah.
in our hometown. Show up in the boat because that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Right? Like honk, honk, and there's like a boat with him and he's like all lanky arm going, you know, like far away. But we get to Lake Simcoe. We have to drive really far and like you're not allowed to drink on these boats.
No, I mean, you shouldn't. I know it's illegal. I think it's just more frowned upon.
It's frowned upon, yeah. Because we got on there and we drank.
If you're on a boat, everyone else is drinking on it and you're driving, like, Jesus.
There was no bathroom on this boat. So
Well, the lake's the bathroom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you go where the motor is as the boat is just chilling.
See, I think that's another legal thing. Like, if you own a shrimp boat, I think you're legally, like, required to drink on it.
What do you mean?
Dude, you ever see the people out east who do the shrimping on these boats? They're fucking hammered the entire time.
Yeah, they're all alcoholics.
They're driving
right?
around with cross eyes, going, "Oh, this is my shrimping area," and they're just fucking pickled
Yeah.
the entire time, and no one says anything. No one
Nobody
cares
says
out
nothing.
east. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I think it's a requirement. If you're shrimping, you got to be pickled.
You have to be pickled.
I think-
You have words, eh?
Yeah,
It's like very Canadian of you.
I don't know. Something's wrong with my brain. Just take stuff in and.
I was able to drink again.
Oh yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, I was. I don't
you
know.
paid for it.
Sorta.
Yeah,
Like
not
it
as
was,
bad.
No, I was surprised, and I'm not saying I'm going to do it again because
He will.
probably later on. Though I'm not going to get into the habit, is what I'm saying, because like I was able to see a friend get a going away party,
Yeah.
and his whole family was there. Kept feeding me beers and tequila, and
See, he's moving out east too.
right.
Ask him when he gets out there. Get down there. Go watch a shrimp boat and tell me how fucking drunk those guys are.
Yeah, he'll probably say that.
Yeah.
He wanted to be on the spot, but he has to go. So
Well, there's Zoom and shit.
we could. We could do that,
Possibilities.
Yeah.
We could even get him on a shrimp boat and then Zoom call us from there.
Okay, that would be cool.
You're fucking right. It would be. Cool.
Hey guys, well, yeah, I'm just on a shrimp boat right now.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
absolutely fucking dickered. This
Yeah.
guy keeps asking me where his anchor is. I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
So over there, they can do that, right?
Out east?
Yeah.
I don't think they can. I think they're required.
Yeah.
To
Okay.
do it.
This is as much as I know about where I live.
Oh, dude, out east, like,
Yeah.
like Canada's broken down into like groups of people, and this is somewhat controversial, but not really. But it's like you got the groups of people, right? So you got out west. That's where all like the hipsters are, and all like all those kind of guys,
Yeah.
like the San Francisco of Canada,
Hugging trees and
right?
stuff.
You got the guys in Alberta who are just like jacked up trucks, yee.
Yeah.
It's awesome, love it. And you got the French people. We don't really talk about them too
The
much.
Montreals.
Yeah, the Montreal Canadiens.
Quebecois?
Oh, yeah, we don't really talk about them too much.
They don't want to be part of us.
They don't
dude.
like us. Not that we don't like them. We just don't care. Like, you want to break off your own country? Fuck, go ahead. You know?
Yeah.
And then you got Southern Ontario, which is just a fucking shithole. But it's like the normal people.
Yeah.
And then you have the ocean people.
With gills. No, I'm just kidding.
The ocean people out east,
Yeah.
where you can't understand a lick of what the fuck they're saying because
it's very true. Yeah.
they're just fucking hammered. They're just drinking themselves to death out there on an island.
Plus, they have an accent.
They're on an island drinking themselves to death,
Yeah.
fishing for shrimp.
I couldn't do that.
You can't understand. It's great. It's fucking hilarious.
We all got to get a boat now. I mean it. Like, I need to get a boat.
I'm telling you, if GME comes through, which it will, when it comes through, the first thing I'm purchasing is a goddamn shrimp boat.
That'd be amazing.
Right?
Get you, Jay, me on a boat.
We have to come up with some funny ass name for it too. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great. I'm
There's
telling
always,
you.
There's always good time. By the way, he should be next episode.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of fans of Jay.
Big
He
time.
doesn't feel that way, but he's
No, there's big time fans of Jay.
he's got like women.
Yeah, the
throwing
guy's jokes.
panties at him. I see it all the time, dude. It's crazy. So after that party,
Dana's gonna be like, "What the fuck is Dante talking about?" Now you're getting him in trouble.
it's good to see him in his natural environment, like going to his bar.
Guy's an animal. He's great.
And I went and I saw him do his thing, and I just saw it in a different light. I don't know what it was. I was like, we do the podcast, but then when he gets in his work mode, it's like,
well, like the night I met him, I didn't realize he was the owner of the bar, and he was like some regular dude.
yeah,
No, he's
Yeah.
super chill.
yeah, he's very, very chill. It's really, really, really fun actually to be myself for a
Well,
little
like
bit.
when I got his business tattooed on my wrist.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was just
Talk about free advertisement.
Oh yeah, I was on.
I hope you got a beer for that.
Oh fuck. No, he usually would be like, yo, I'd bring people into the bar or whatever, like have a crowd of people on a night. It was like,
Yeah.
he'd be like,
Every time I'd go and he would show up,
the
night-
entourage. Yeah.
the night would start.
Yeah.
It was
But no, like
crazy.
he, the odd time, like, hey man, like throw him a beer.
Yeah.
Put a beer on his tab, Dana, or whatever.
It's the good heart.
Yeah, it wasn't all the time.
He would not agree with that right now. He'd be like, no, I didn't do anything.
No,
'Cause he's like
no,
that.
he did, and then we'd be like, some nights he'd be like, dude, there's like a 2-hour wait to pay my tab.
Yeah.
Like I have to go home right now, and I would just come in and pay the next day. I always paid my tab, but he was super cool like that.
Plus, they'll remind you if you don't. They'll break
I
your
always
legs.
did. But yeah, if you don't pay your tab, like 2 months, yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, like the story he was saying.
Yeah,
in one of the pods.
no, we never had an issue like that. Like, look, dude, there was like such a long wait for me to pay. I just wanted to go home. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no worries, whatever.
We'll make sure that he's on episode 9 if he's okay to do it.
Oh, he'll be
With
okay.
health issues, but
Yeah.
he's gonna be good. I think.
100%.
I think he should be on by that episode. Make sure, I know I keep repeating it, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're listening to Spotify, follow us on Spotify. You can also find us on TikTok. We got some shorts that are going to be coming there. We plan on doing 2 episodes per week. Just so for people that are listening, they're like, this is not frequent enough. We're not happening. Sorry, life happens. I have a baby coming.
I got a shrimp boat in the works. Like
This guy has a
getting
shrimp boat in the
fucking
works.
Crazy.
He quick story. He sold a snake and then got scammed.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like
I sold a snake and this chick fucking canceled her e-transfer. Now I'm gonna track this chick down.
that's for the next episode. So we're gonna definitely make sure that juicy content is waiting for you
Oh yeah,
as a treat for following along with us.
100%.
And make sure we also have a link tree. So if you want to, if you're extra lazy, you want to click all these links, just click the link tree and then it'll take you there.
Yeah, and leave some more comments and questions. That way we have some more.
We need the
topics for you.
questions.
The
if they're
last 2
good
questions
questions.
were great.
Yeah.
The ones from before, yeah, they were
The
great.
next question that I want answered by the next podcast is going to be this one because somebody asked me this to ask. So if you had a sitcom,
Right.
what would the sitcom? So it's a sitcom about you, right?
Right.
If you had a sitcom about you, what would it be called?
Oh
Right?
Jesus.
What would it be about? And who would play you, like the actor? You don't have to answer now because that's
Right.
going to be the next episode.
Right. That's a good question.
And that's what we're gonna focus on.
I'm gonna have to
also.
sleep on that.
Right, it's a hard one to think.
That's an
I've had
awesome
time to
question.
think about that, and I still don't have an answer.
Oh, George Lopez for sure. That's who's
George
playing you.
Lopez.
That's
No,
who's,
dude,
yeah, that's who's playing you.
that's terrible. All right, dudes, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We really enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, man, for sure.
We're gonna peace out. All right,
Take
it easy, dudes.
We'll see you next time on the Just Talk to Me Bro podcast.